Guys, welcome back to the Rain World Q&A. If you're new to this, pretty much I answer some of your questions after one of my playthroughs and we take it from there. All the questions come from you guys. Not even gonna beat around the bush here. We're going to go right into a MC11 Mix 7 question. So, you know, we about to be answering questions for a really long time. Do you read the Q&A questions in detail ahead of time, or do you stroll past quickly so that you can react to them the moment for the video? With the questions, it kind of like all depends on like how I'm feeling, like what I see when they pop up. It's kind of like just a mixed bag. Did you know that you were actually ahead of the curve for an influx of new Rain World players? The rate for the Ascension ending is 9.8%. It jumped to 10.2 as of when I wrote this. I did not know that. What do you think of Chonk's ending? Oh man, it was a wonderful ending and a fitting ending for Chonk. I think he deserves every single bit of popularity and respect he got. Got called fat on multiple occasions, and now he's pretty much the hero of his people for going out and finding food. I don't know what I thought would happen. I thought we would meet like another iterator or something like that, and then and then I don't know, they tell us something, or maybe we had some missions, or he'd go off to do some missions for some iterator or something like that. I'm gonna try to like bundle some of these questions together too, just so I don't take all day answering them. What did you originally imagine outer expanse to look like? Do you think outer expanse is the most visually striking region? What do you love about outer expanse? What do you not like about outer expanse? We got the nighttime too, which we got to see. I expected two different things. I thought it would either be more greenery, or it would be like a land filled with like snow that was a lot like more dead. What do I like the most? Probably the night mode. What do I like the least? Probably the grass. What was your favorite hard mode enemy? What was your least favorite hard mode enemy? Which hard mode enemy's design was your favorite? Has your opinion of which species of gator are your most favorite and least favorite change? What do you think about the cyan gators after beating Chonk? I'm guessing you're talking about like the reds. Least favorite, probably the gator, or big red, I usually call them. What I like the most about the hard mode enemies is just like how intimidating they are. You're another creature, and this other creature is more, I guess, evolved than you, so there's a lot less you can do to get the upper hand. We're talking about hard mode designs. I think my favorite is definitely Red Centipede or 80k. To me, seeing 80k with those spiked kind of like plates on his back compared to any other regular centipede, that made him stand out vastly more, because he had more features than the regular centipedes you know we normally have. And then also they kind of like remind me of like a dragon or something like that, and that's really cool. We're talking about what gators my favorite. I still like the cyan ones the most. Their little circles on their back and all the different patterns their bodies can take is really cool to me still. My least favorite gator is, I think, the red one. Also, he doesn't look as intimidating as I expected him to be, honestly. And then as for what I like about the cyans, pretty much they're like everything. Their patterns and designs can be really cool. They make really cool sounds. They're like very dark colored, so they stand out in contrast to most of the other ones that glow. Like their heads don't have a cyan glow, they just glow cyan, but they're black, all black. I feel like that design looks really cool. What do you think about King Vultures after beating Chonk's story? Did it change compared to the first time that I asked you about them? Why is it that I struggle with King Vultures in my Chonk playthrough, yet you routinely disrespect the heck out of them? Seriously, you called them pushovers in the first October. In the first Hunter video, you met them and then killed one in chimney canopy with ease alongside us. Hey man, hey. when you watch Neon Apex, you will learn that there's stages to like the amount of personality I go through, man. Eventually there's going to be a time in which you're going to get disrespected by me if you're in opposition. Shooting spears from far away and also having a flying advantage, I don't know, seems like you need an advantage to me. Why do you always get disrespected by spear bearers? Bro, that's unnatural. That's unnatural. We're better than this. You're part of my channel now. You have to be great. Go visit a doctor, get that checked out. Eventually, when they find out like what's going on, you go back to play again. I'm pretty sure you'll be right as rain, you know? Are you now open to the existence of centipedes that are worse than 30,000 volts? How did you feel when you first encountered the aquapede in Shoreline? How did you feel when you first encountered the red centipede in Garbage Waste? If you were forced to fight either a red centipede or aquapede with just spears, which would you choose? This context information is important. Tell Apex so that he doesn't skip. Assuming a slug cat is 3 feet tall and knowing that a real centipede. If you were forced to fight an aquapede or a red centipede in real life with just a spear gun, real weapon by the way, with 25 shots, which would you choose? I guess I'm more open to the idea of centipedes worse than 30,000 now. I understand that they are attracted to movement and that kind of makes me feel safer around them, but I still don't like them. I didn't entirely take Toaster very seriously, the aquapede, because when I first saw him, I was swimming inside the ocean and I just tried to get to the tube as fast as possible. If we're talking about my my reaction, I think I was probably pretty terrified, because to me an aquapede would probably have the speed of a regular centipede but in water. We're talking about how I felt when I met red centipede in Garbage Waste. I think at a loss for words. I definitely did not expect to find him just chilling inside of there like that. It was pretty fear-inducing. If we're talking about which one I would fight in real life, I wouldn't fight either. But if I had to fight one in real life, I'm choosing what ground we fight on. And I'm choosing the toaster oven, and I'm gonna fight him all the way up in outer space, but I'm gonna have a spacesuit on, right? So he can try and crawl to me as fast as he wants to. There's no water like up inside of space for him to like get to me as fast as possible, so it's not gonna happen. And then I'm gonna have a giant telescope with my spear gun, right? And then I'm going to shoot it down at Earth. And because he's a stupid little centipede, he's going to listen to the noise and he's going to climb and climb and climb. He's going to climb. He's going to hear the whooshing of the spear and he's going to go straight to it. And then I'm going to shoot several more at him. Going to be fire on the spear too, because you know it's going to ignite flames. Is going to be piercing through the sky so fast. He's going to catch on fire, and then also it's going to pierce through his plates and it's not going to be deflected, and he's going to die. He's going to die in one spear, but just to make sure he doesn't, I'm going to shoot all 25 at him. Which video in the Chonk series do you think you put your best work into? Which one do you think you could have put some more work into? If we're talking about which episode inside of the series was my best work, I would probably say the 2 body slamming ones, because I'm pretty sure those edits and stuff like that caught people completely off guard when I first did them, because I was kind of bringing back a lot of the stuff that I used to do inside my other videos. So I was trying to kind of implement that into the series too. And I think that was my best work, because I think it definitely caught some people off guard, because when I get like very in tune with a game, I get really excited like that. I would say my least favorite work or the one that I could have put some more work into was I think like episode 8. Let me just check that. Yeah, episode 8 is the video called Sushi Not Ashley. The only reason why I say this one is because I don't remember much of what happened inside of this one, and usually that means that there was no huge edit that took up most of the time. That normally means that I could have put a little bit more work into or effort into it, you know. But you know, that's how it goes. Like, everything's not going to be a masterpiece like from the jump. Like, you gotta learn a bunch of stuff before you make like greatness. Which enemy, not including Five Pebbles, because let's be honest, his answer to the above he was the answer to the above question. Disrespected Chonk the most. Have you ever felt trolled by comments at any point in the Chonk campaign? Okay, so Pebbles literally does nothing. If I come inside here as something else, he literally does nothing. He's just here spinning. He's a gator in disguise, guys. What if I get mad? Look, I'm mad now. When was Chonk most disrespected? Definitely when he got called fat by Five Pebbles. I think, yeah, he was probably most disrespected then. Oh, what's that? What's that? Little centipede right there? Little centipede right there? Dang, it's hard to move my head. How do you aim? Bro, you just shoot wherever you want to, huh? There's little that the enemies can do to me as a like disrespecting like kind of feature thing. Oh wait, no, you know what? I feel like the time when that plant, the pole plant or whatever the thing is, well, it ended up getting the gator, but the gator wasn't being pulled down into the hole. And then I got somehow caught up in the mix, and then I ended up being the one dying. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that you guys say that is a troll sometimes, but I don't always get it because, you know, I'm new to Rain World. So like 100%, I think that this is a troll, but I feel like you guys really want me to see it because like it could be like a very, very interesting thing to see my reaction to. I feel like this thing about the hunter's death spot is probably just some whole like, it's probably some terrifying thing is going to happen when I go back to hunter's death spot, which I've been to my hunter's death spot and I didn't see anything there. But I feel like this is a troll, as in the devs put something incredibly terrifying inside of the game if you die as hunter and then go back to your death spot. There's a lot of people asking me to do it, so I feel like there is something mischievous to do with it, or I don't know, maybe it could be something magical or whatever, but I completely feel like it's probably a troll. What do you think of the Chonk's body slamming ability? What was your favorite Chonk WWE body slam? I love that ability. I feel like it completely gives the player another mechanic that they can use to their advantage without being completely overpowered. The heck is all of this? Whoa. Wait. I want to see. Dang it. Switch creatures. I wanted to see what that was. This is who I wanted to be. Toaster oven. Oh my gosh. What is this place? Can you get out of water? Oh no, you can't. So my answer to the previous question was right. I definitely would fight Aqua Centipede on land. No, he can't. What a loser. You heckin' fish wannabe. Oh, this place looks freaking cool though. And this is Shoreline? Yep. Oh, this is the garbage waste. Interesting. No, I thought there was a gateway to garbage waste from here, but I didn't for the life of me know where said gateway would have been. Oh wait, is it a secret gateway? Is it here? I'm sorry for getting distracted, by the way. It is. One thing I will say I like about the centipedes, well, Toaster in specific, is his color designs. The contrast with red and pinks to the blue is very, very appealing to the eye. Yo, since when does the old flower pulsate like that? Oh, wait, this red gator looks different. Isn't his frills like more like angled backward? Are they? I don't know. I can't really tell. I didn't expect Cyan to be on the list when I killed Cyan and ate him for the first time, because I thought he was too big of a gator. But I definitely didn't think 80k was going to be up there. And then I got comments like, I wonder what 80k would taste like. I wonder what 80k would taste like. Oh my gosh, it sounds like a delicacy. Man, get out of my face. But nah, thank you guys for doing hits like that, because otherwise I definitely wouldn't have tried to fight him. If I did take him out and he wasn't on the list, I definitely would have spazzed. I probably would have turned into Super Saiyan 3, because I can achieve that even though I'm just a regular human being. Ooh. Spearbird versus Red Gator. Hold up. Woo! Okay, we got a battle on our hands. His bite is literally insta-kill to anything. He got speared though. He's very, very angry. What did I think of Chonk's crafting ability? Another ability that Chonk has inside his arsenal. Incredibly cool that he had that. I think that it was amazing, and I'm definitely going to miss it. Dang, that demon is crazy with the spear. What did I expect the singularity bomb to look like? What did I expect the singularity bomb's explosion to look like? I pretty much was amazed at how it looked. And I expected for the explosion to like kind of just be like a bright flash, and then everything just dies inside of the room. I think I was pretty pleased, because there was actually something to look at it. And it didn't, you know, just kill me as soon as I threw it. But half of me expected that to happen, you know. Throw the flashbang, demon, throw the flashbang! Dang. Do you think Chonk was the most intelligent slug cat to ever exist? What do you suspect is down the deep shoreline tunnel with glowweed I just saw? At first I expected like a dark water maze, or maybe filtration system, probably because of the red lights, you know. Do I think Chonk is the most intelligent slug cat to ever I don't know, probably. Plus I like him, man. He has to be great, man. I like him. What did I think of the memory crypts? I think they were very, very intriguing to look at. Also very, very nasty, because there was big like flesh blob things inside of there, and you know, they looked very, very grotesque. Where do I think the purpose of the scissor birds are? I would say if the memory crypts is a place where like actual memory is and stuff like that, where memory is stored, then those blobs that we saw there are probably acting as some type of like storage or whatever, like, you know, for the brain. And then the scissor bird's job is to protect that, and that's what they go through doing, or at least I feel like that's what they were made to do. And then eventually they, you know, develop their own like wants and desires and stuff like that. And how do I think Chonk got from outer space to Shaded Citadel? And do I think he was out drinking with the demons? Well, I don't think he was out drinking with the demons, because at first the demons didn't really they weren't like the biggest fan of me, not until like I started giving them the pearls and stuff like that. Probably just, you know, went there just like anybody else would. Dang, all of those leeches died to that one shock. Then he started from there, because he probably saw all of the orange slob and was enticed by that. Or maybe he was there to like take a nap or something, because it's very, very dark there. How does the rot consume its prey? How painful do you think being consumed by rot is? Oh my gosh, I'm not the only one that just saw those. They probably crush you with those two little blueberry things. It's probably pretty painful. And again, they look so squishy. It's probably suffocation. You're probably suffocated and then you lose consciousness and then you just go. Maybe the lightning inside of Five Pebbles is green because it's more cold over there. Because, you know, like when you mess with like temperatures and stuff, like more colder colors are like blue or green, but I'm not really sure why it's green. Maybe it has something to do with the climate. Why are the Goopsketos fighting each other? Oh, is it because they both like think of the little baby newts like as their kids? I never would have thought that. I think the precipice probably looks absolutely beautiful when it's not like destroyed, you know. And since we never saw the entirety of Shoreline, I think that it is probably a grand like ocean or something. But yeah, I think the iterators probably need an entire ocean in order to like actually function to 100%. And the fact that Pebbles and Moon are sharing an ocean is probably the reason why an ocean's amount of water is probably not enough. I feel like just like we have hard drives and SSDs on computers, the pearls are capable of storing information just like that, just like the portable hard drives or SSDs that we use. But all of the components and stuff are super compact, and that's the reason why they're so small. Or a cooler idea, maybe they're like crystal balls like fortune tellers use, and then you know you wipe them and then they show you the information inside. I think that's a way cooler idea. If you guys want a highlight reel for Chonk, you know, just let me know and maybe I'll try to put something together, but I can guarantee nothing. That's all of MC11 Mix7's first set of questions. So now we get to go do some other ones from other people. Oh no. This one's from Elastic. He asked, how's your day been? Why did you decide to play Rain World? My day's been pretty good for the most part. Got like a really good night of rest. There was a commenter by the name of Leaf Clovers, and I forget the numbers after, you know, your guys' names. He still is a dedicated viewer, and back then he was dedicated to watching me play. I think it was, what was it? I guess Wizard of Legend is when he started watching me. And at the time, that is all I would post because that was a new game to me. I felt like it would be fun to like get into like a new game, like completely blind, and mess around up there. And eventually I became pretty good at it. So I ended up like recommending builds for people to try. He stuck around, and now then when I started playing other stuff, he ended up enjoying and watching that too. And then eventually he asked me to play Rain World, and here we are. Entirely grateful to you, Leaf Clovers. Thank you for recommending me this game. This one's from Witherboy. He says, this isn't a question. He says, sad that you never got to see the Hunter secret. Oh well, I hope you enjoyed the campaign. Chonk is probably the longest of the DLC slugcasts on the first run. Yeah, I still want to go back and see it. This one's from Eli Snyder. He asks, how did you learn to edit? I think you do a pretty good job at making the videos entertaining with both what you include and exclude and the little sound bites you put in. Did you take inspiration from other YouTubers, or is this all Apex charm? Also, how did you deal with the common cold and how did it play out? We need a play-by-play on the fight. Okay, I guess I'll start off with the common cold. It kind of sucked because typically when I get sick or something like that, it doesn't inhibit me from doing anything, but there was pain like in my face like when I got my cold. So most of the time all I did was take medicine. I take medicine in the morning, and then I would have another nap after I wake up from from sleeping. Most of the time I watch YouTube and stuff like on my phone. I didn't even watch YouTube on my phone because my eyes were sore. So what I do is I recently got like a one of those TVs that you can like cast stuff to. So I load up YouTube on my phone and then cast it to my TV and then lie in bed. Where did I learn to edit? It's all experience. It's literally just me making goofy videos and over again, and eventually I got pretty decent at it. There probably is a huge influence from other YouTubers like in my editing style, but I'm not specifically trying to like take any like real style or anything from them. One YouTuber that I really enjoy is Corey X Kenshin. You've probably heard me talk about that several times, as well as Markiplier too. So a lot of the times if you guys see edits or something that seems similar to them, it's probably because I've just been watching them for a very long time. Their communities are just really nice. So I really enjoy their channels, so you guys might see some of that spill over into like how I do my stuff. If we're talking about like just like I guess education, like learning what to cut and all of that stuff, I learned how to mask a while back ago. I learned that by pretty much like when I get into like well, I don't want to say like when I get like super down or whatever, but that's kind of like what happens. Like I tend to like think a lot down of myself, so when stuff like this happens, I get into my thoughts a lot. That can in turn cause me to do something different. That's the reason why like some people will say like I'm super talented. Of course the track Lack of Comfort starts playing. People would say like I got a whole ton of hobbies, but it's probably because I sat there and I thought about something that I could do to take my mind off something. And one of those things that I did to get better at editing was I sat in bed and I watched tons of videos literally just on editing. It wasn't necessarily copying things. It was just, oh, how do I mask? How do I key out something? How do I add subtitles? And then I develop it into my own style a lot. This one's from Among Us 2, Revenge of the Sus. How scared are you of red lizards? Not very much now, actually. It's less fear and it's more of how am I going to get away from this guy this time. But I feel like there's definitely some situations where a shriek or a scream is probably going to come out. Like I said in It Steals, when I was running away from that guy, I don't know if I said it or not, but I don't like to be chased. This one is from user no 6RR. You know who you are. They ask, what's your favorite pearl? Let me go look at the pearls actually. I think my favorite pearl is probably this dark blue one right here, where everybody's just talking, because it kind of like reminds us that like, oh, like at the end of the day they chat just like regular people, data raiders do. What's your thought on Chonk's low stamina? I don't like it, but you know, I feel like it was an okay balance, you know. It gets really annoying like when I'm inside the middle of a fight and I'm fighting anything that doesn't die in one spear, because if I hit them with the spear and then they still have time to, you know, move around and not be injured, not feel injured for a while, then there's little that I can do, like, you know, in the way of getting away or really fighting back. So Ada the Watcher asked, whoa, why is Chonk so hot? Bro. Hey, yo, do you think that the Chonk's exhaustion mechanic adds to the character, or do you find it annoying like most people? Okay, so that's pretty much the same question. I do find it pretty annoying, but I feel like it does kind of add to the character, because I feel like Chonk is the type of character that probably wouldn't like get a lot of cardio. Well, no, Chonk was sent to scout. I don't know, maybe the exhaustion does not Makes sense, yeah, because he probably would have a lot of cardio and stuff if he was the one they sent to scout. This one's from Miss Turco, and she asks, are you gonna go back to Chonk and passage to where Hunter dies before you try Hunter again? Chimney canopy at the big upwards top near well, is that where I died? I thought that I died like on that pole where that clear gator licked me off. I'm not sure. I'll have to check again. I'll have to look again. But now I got kids, bro. Dang it. Speaking of leaf clovers, what are you going as for Halloween? Ever really felt the disadvantages of being big? Are you going to play more game modes? Are you ever going to take the Mask of a Spearbird? Are you gonna start to finish the other games you played like FNAF, Wizard Legends, and more? Last question, are you ready for having to kill animals for food as the hunter this time? Okay, so what am I going as for Halloween? My nephew says I have to go as a vampire. Yeah, so I guess I'm going as a vampire. Have you ever really felt the advantages of being big, like as Chonk? Yeah, especially like when I'm in a tube or something and I'm trying to go through it and something's chasing me, because usually it has the upper hand for speed. So I'm guessing you're referring to like the challenge series. Somebody else asked me that a while back ago. I think I will, only if you guys want to see it though. Am I ever going to take the Mask of a Spearbird? Probably. And then am I going to finish the other games that I've played? I want to so desperately. I am a people pleaser, so a lot of the time when I see a lot of people enjoying a particular series, I will start to play that a lot more. And I wanted to counteract this by editing and uploading the other games like on the side with Rain World. So like I would do like Rain World, and then inside the same day you would get like the different games, so like Hypnospace, FNAF, or whatever. Right now I've had little time to do that, and then I've felt like super low energy, and that's pretty much the reason why I haven't been doing it recently. That, and I tend to get like really demotivated. And then am I ready to kill creatures as hunter this time? Definitely. Uh-oh, here we go. Well, it's that time you were either dreading or prepared for. My second half of the Q&A. So Mix 7 came with 2 sets of questions this time, so maybe I should try to like just experience the game as is so far, because I think that at the core of it, that is what people like really want to see, like my core reactions to some of the game. And avoiding spoilers isn't actually too hard to do for me, because I don't like really look too much into any game that like I'm playing, and I didn't think about creature spawning and storytelling very much. No, I didn't. Me and Lightspeed still have not made up. No. And why was him and his people like super aggressive towards me? I have no clue. How do you think Brother Longlegs got into Shoreline? How did it take so long for you to realize that drop wings are pain in the Do you plan to create more chaotic post-credit scenes like what you did for Leviathan versus 5 Drop Wings? That was my favorite movie, by the way. Leviathan versus 5 Drop Wings. Rot is probably some form of corruption to some degree to the land and the creatures who possess it. I like to think of it just like the corruption and Crimson from Terraria. If you've never played that game, then you should play it. It's an awesome game. I get kind of like super observant like inside some of the rooms when I started to play, and I realized things like hidden creatures was going to be a thing. You're a white sandy gator. What? That's crazy. Most of the time when I died to them, it's because they were inside of the area where I had like to climb up something, or something else was just in the way and then they were there. Do I plan to make more post-credit scenes like the Leviathan versus 5 Drop Wings? I don't know. We will see. What do you think is the purpose of the Miros birds in Subterranean? Do you wish to see how a stowaway works when they are active? Why do you think Subterranean is a battlefield for multiple enemies? Now that you say that, I think that the scissor birds were probably designed by the iterators because their legs seem more mechanical and their attacks are one of the insta-kill things in the game, which would explain them being around the little brain things that we saw before inside the memory crypts if they do actually have to do with memory. Scissors birds are probably employed by the iterators as guards for things that are very important, if that is the case. And those train carts that transport, it doesn't say what they were transporting. She just said that they were shipments to and from their facility. Yeah, I think the scissor birds were put there by iterators or I guess the iterators higher ups in order to protect things. Do I wish to see how a stowaway works when they're active? Yes and no. Yes, in a sense that I would like to see how it works when it's active. No, in a sense that I do not want to see it. Yes, on me. I think that Subterranean is a battlefield for multiple enemies. Now that I've said my response to the scissor bird question, I think it's a battlefield for multiple enemies because a lot of enemies heard about how there were shipments from other places and they didn't necessarily know what the shipments were. Like centipedes would hear it and gators, and they would all congregate there looking for food because the shipments were probably picked up by somebody and brought, like, you know, to wherever they needed to be brought to. And then the creatures would go and then they would attack and kill things there, so whoever was going to pick up the shipments. And that's the reason why Subterranean became a battlefield, because people were fighting over, well, creatures were fighting over like who got to eat, you know, the people coming to get the equipment. And then eventually the whoever was employed to do stuff like that ended up employing scissor birds to, you know, get rid of everything because scissor birds are pretty OP. You first saw the true beauty of outer expanse. Were you blinded by its majesty? What do you imagine the rest of the world beyond outer expanse to look like? I was at a loss for words when I first saw outer expanse, and that is all I can really say about it. So much more different than anything else I had seen inside the game. And if I had to imagine what the outside of this region looks like, it probably looks equally as beautiful as this part. Maybe there's more greenery as well. What did you originally think the yeeks are? Do you think that the yeeks are some type of frog, reptile, or anything else we haven't seen before? Why do you think it turns to nighttime instead of rain the further you head into outer expanse despite no obvious increase in elevation of land? What do you think was the original purpose of the buildings you see in outer expanse? I thought that the yeeks or squish poles were probably like, I don't know, have like some type of attack where they grab onto me and then like absorb me somehow. I think that it turns to nighttime in outer expanse because, you know, when the sun goes down, it turns nighttime. Like the one that's behind me, I thought that was the, you know, I thought that was like Five Pebbles and Moon, the huge facility thing. I think this is the only building you see inside outer expanse, isn't it? Unless you're talking about like the train carts and stuff like that. When you first saw the NPC Slugcat standing in the tree in the final episode, did you genuinely believe that someone got into your game, or was it shock that you saw another Slugcat for the first time in such a long while? Did you expect to get crowded by a group of Slugcats on your way home? Do you have any more theories on Chonk's ending? When I first saw the NPC Slugcat, I didn't know what to think, honestly. I was shocked, yes, a little bit intrigued. I didn't really know what to think. Got him. Got him. Got that bird. To be honest with you, I was surprised that other slug cats existed, like, same period. This is the room above Moon. I never got to see this room before. Mainly because I couldn't get to here. Whoa! Another gateway too. What? I don't think anybody expected me to do this. Wait, so is this Moon's like little area like Five Pebbles? No, I was kind of wondering where, like if she had something like this. What? Hers is got water everywhere. I just came here to make a freaking funny joke. I went to make a funny joke about, like, I was gonna take a demon and go visit Moon because somebody said it's funny when you do that and then start to throw stuff. Do I have any more theories about Chonk's ending? Not really. Where's the child support, Annie? Where's the child support? Looks to the moon is still waiting on that check. Did you expect slug pups to actually exist? Oh my gosh, bro. Is that whose kids I got, bro? Me and Moon have babies. When did she do this to me? I didn't even know computers could get pregnant. Where am I? Wait, this isn't Shoreline? Where am I? This isn't Shoreline. Is the precipice a part of Shoreline? Wait, maybe Moon and Five Pebbles' little areas are combined because, you know, they had to share the water. Oh my gosh, bro, my mind is about to explode. And Moon's not getting her child support. She left me with the kids. If anything, I should be going and asking her where the child support is. Gosh dang it. Did I actually expect slug pups to exist? I didn't expect me to have slug pups. I knew that they were in the game because we were deciding what characters to play as and stuff like that. Despite the Mad Bomber being a huge learning curve on top of another learning curve, did you know that more people actually completed the Bombers campaign than the Chonk's campaign? Wait, really? Was movement speed actually supposed to be a bigger crutch than like I took it? Predict the Mad Bombers campaign will be about. Do you plan on getting every single arena collectible, all arena maps, all creatures, all items, all survivors, all playable slug cats? You can find a collectible to play as the slug cat inside of like the arena stuff, but if you can, then I will at least get those. Would be nice to go back and get all of the collectibles. I don't know, maybe I will. I don't know if I'll show all of that though, not unless like you guys want like a guide for that. If you guys need like a guide for that, then I would be cool with like looking up and then like together we can like make a guide for the collectibles. If that's something that you guys want to do though, you know, we don't have to. Oh, but that was Mick 7's last question, so we can move on to somebody else. That was his last question though. Okay. GB484 says, would you teach slug pups to legalize nuclear bombs? I would if I had the necessary funds to do so. Moon keeps running my pockets. She wants that child support check. I don't know how she even got the green light to, you know, to feed me and stuff like that, because, you know, she's the one that came and took the babies, like, from me. I did not consent. I did not know that this was going to occur. Rip Bowser says, hey, a Q&A. I never really participate in these, but I do have one question. Do you plan on playing Survivor again with slug pups and get their alternate ending? I don't know about the slug pup thing. If Moon make me take the kids with me, then I guess I got to. But yeah, we are going to try and get the alternate ending if we can. And this is one last question from Elastic. Don't worry, the slug cat was the worst in terms of combat and movement. I guess he's talking about Chonk. Imagine taking a nap in the middle of the fight after each spear was thrown. I know it's gonna be a poll, but who do you want to play next? Yeah, you mostly didn't get spoiled too much about their abilities, but at least judge by their looks and expectations of their gimmicks. From what I understand, the next character that I play as has something to do with bombs, and that is about as much as I know. And then I know that this next character like isn't cool with demons. That's the two things I know. What do I expect? Probably to get attacked by demons several times, because the demons are rather persistent in hostility. Well, at least that's what I hear. You know, they've never come after me, but you know, hopefully we can become friends again. Bomber Cat is like red with like a black eye. Did somebody punch him or something? Unless that's supposed to be symbolism for how his campaign is gonna go. Like a whole bunch of getting beat up. I can't move anymore. I want to go. I was gonna make the pop moon. I was gonna make a joke. I can't. Coconut, why would you fall here? Go back through this gateway. No. I want to look at Moon. I want to look at Moon. I think she's slick. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was the last question. Peace out. Love you guys. All of that stuff. Bye, guys.